Aloha and welcome. Welcome in Soul Family, Soul Ohana Kapualani here with your timeless, reading your timeless guidance for the week. I'm going to start by chiming my tuning fork 3 times, allowing us to open up to a sacred space, connecting to the breath, and maybe breathing in for a count of 4, holding it at the top for a count of 4, and exhaling for a count of 4. Just keeping in mind that as you inhale, maybe just set some goals, intentions. As you exhale, releasing anything and everything that is no longer serving your highest, greatest good. And also giving thanks, gratitude, and appreciation to your higher self, to your ancestors, your spirit teams of guides, Mother Earth, Father Sky, all that good stuff. God, Source, Creator, Spirit, Light, your higher power. All right, let's begin. Okay. So, I again want to thank you for being here. And just as a small reminder, as you open up to the space, thank you to everyone who has been with me from the beginning, or at least for a long time, who's been subscribing, who's rather have subscribed. I invite you to subscribe if this speaks to you. But thank you so much for your likes and comments. It definitely helps to support the channel here. It also helps me to tune in more specifically to your energy. So, without further ado, let's see what we see. Spirit, what do we need to know in the here and now? What's coming through for us today, Spirit? Thank you. Look at that, the world. So we've got some significant cycles, ending and beginning, something opening up. Maybe taking a look at where you were at this point in time last year. You know, there could be something significant that you could recognize, something that's coming full circle. Okay, but what is it though, Spirit? What are we looking at? The world is also about fulfillment, aside from the completion of cycles, major cycles, karmic cycles, as well as the beginning. Something is completing, something has completed itself as we transition and prepare to open up to something else, something new, a new cycle of some kind. We've got the Hierophant here. So, I don't know why. So as a reminder, we've got Taurus, right? Taurus showing up twice, and then we've got, of course, Leo, Aquarius, and Scorpio energies with the world, and again, Taurus with the Hierophant. So I feel present to some form of higher guidance in terms of your connection with your higher self. I don't know why, but initially when the Hierophant popped out, I was picking up on things that are related to your work or trade. I feel like this could relate even, look at that, the Knight of Pentacles, something that's going to be developing over a period of time. So this Taurus energy, this Earth energy with the Knight of Pentacles is giving me the sense to really focus on your progress from the ground up, things that are developing slowly but surely. There is something here about seeds that not only were planted, but that you're going to start to see some growth at long last. If it's not happening right this second, it's something that's getting ready to emerge. Again, slowly but surely, so don't give up. As a reminder, with the Knight of Pentacles, out of all of the knights, this knight gets the job done. This knight may not perform or get things to the other side as quickly or swiftly as the other knights, but there's a lot more of a sense of consistency. There's more of a sense that there's a quote-unquote guarantee that at the end of it all, you will have some form of a result. And so that's where I feel like, going back to this Hierophant energy, there is this encouragement to follow some form of status quo here. Okay, this is about conforming to the status quo, not necessarily trying to just go out and do it all on your own and figure it out all on your own. There's guidance that's available to you, for you. And if you've heard me talk about the Hierophant before, sometimes I speak to examples such as templates. If you're going to be doing a planner, right? What's the sense in really drawing out, unless you really want to, there are templates available for you to do a planner, to where you can put your own own unique spin on it, but at least have some form of a framework to build upon. And so that's also part of what I'm getting, just with these energies. There's something that's already been figured out or completed, something that maybe even it's within yourself, again, as I was saying earlier, your own work, the journey that you've been on, so that you've gained a certain form of knowledge, of inspiration, even, is what I'm getting, to support, to continue to support your growth. You may be an advisor of some form, or you may be someone who is seeking advice, maybe a little bit of both. And, don't allow for slow progression of something to get you down. Things are developing, even if you can't quite see it. It's like a seed that's planted in the ground. It's going to take time to sprout. And even when it does sprout, it's still going to take a little bit of time for that sprout to build up to a fully grown plant, whatever that plant may be. And then even after that, we have to wait for it to bear fruit or vegetable or whatever the case may be. And so that's where the Five of Swords, as well, with these other cards, are reminding us to be mindful, be kind to your mind. Be aware of your own inner dialogue, okay? Be mindful of negative thoughts, negative thinking. There may be certain areas or conversations, maybe even pieces of information that you disagree with, people who disagree with you. It's okay. It's okay to have your own opinion. Sometimes it's best left unsaid, is what I'm picking up on, just to sort of stay focused and not get dragged down or distracted by negativity, okay? And I feel that it has to do with the way that things have been maybe progressing very slowly. I feel like, for some, you may be feeling as though you're going against the grain, or the grain is going against you. Okay. Excuse me. All right, I sneezed. Anyone, right? When you sneeze, it indicates a truth. It means that a truth has been spoken here. So does that resonate with you at all? Can you relate with that in any which way? You may feel like walking away from, your bigger goals. You may feel even like walking away from whatever, like I was going to say your career, or whatever your, bigger scale, grand kind of vision is for the future, for life. Maybe you're thinking that, okay, where I'm at, because of the world being completion and fulfillment, maybe that's all that there is. And so I don't really know where to go from here. I know that the future's out there. Maybe you are realizing that you need to pace yourself. Maybe you are feeling like you want to slow down and not rush into things. That could be part of what you're experiencing. And so therefore, again, that Five of Swords, when you observe what's going on externally, it can be a little bit frustrating at times, because, we don't mean to, but there are moments where we compare ourselves, to where other people are at in their lives. We even, especially these days, right, with social media, if you're an entrepreneur, or even not, just, human being, whatever, we see all of these things in the media, on social media, that can be very distracting, can be very disheartening, can be very frustrating. We can feel as though, there's all this competition out there to be something, or to do, be better, be further along than where we are. And I just feel like, what, that's just not the case. So it's about internal dialogue, shifting out of that kind of lower vibrational timeline or energy, okay? And look at that. Yep. 10 of Swords and the Devil. And so just be mindful, okay, this week, or just whenever you're watching this, whatever week this is that you're watching this, whatever day it is, to be aware of your core dialogue. Are you feeling as though it's you against the world here? There's a lot of this, a potential for toxic energy, behaviors, patterns to be swirling about right now, okay? I want you to slow down and to just, do your best to step out of that, do some cleansing, do some grounding, remove yourself. Maybe this would be a good time again to recognize where you may be feeling oversaturated by just too much information overload. If you're feeling, even for some, when it comes to relationships, maybe you're not feeling supported. And I don't just mean in love relationships, but this could be interpersonal interactions, whether it's work related, socially, with friends, with family, with the universe at large. Maybe you're feeling a little bit stabbed in the back or betrayed somehow, and feeling like, gosh, again, that phrase, it's me against the world, it's coming up. So this devil is a reminder to step back and recognize where you may be entrapping yourself, where there may be some underlying feelings of, forgive me for saying this, because you guys know this is a judgment-free zone. This is a safe space, but just be mindful of the negativity and the stress, because there can be a tendency of victimhood, which I completely respect. It when you're driving in traffic and it feels like you're just hitting every red light, or you're the one that's having to kind of pump the brakes when somebody's wanting to just dart across the street, or in the parking lot, and whatever the case may be. Just the little things like that could be part of what is all sort of just nagging at us this week, or just currently, whatever the case. The devil energy, just as a reminder, is Capricorn energy. So we've got this earth energy, we've got this air energy, and so I'm feeling like the mind and the ability to really be in sync mentally and physically, with our current reality. So Spirit, let's see, what's some other final guidance here with the devil? We've got the Chariot. I'm just going to stick with the Chariot because there's a number of cards there. So yeah, we want to get a grip. This is Cancerian energy with this Chariot that we see. Okay, we want to just keep our hands on the wheels, our hands on the reins here, and not lose sight of the bigger picture. This is about balance right now with the yin and the yang. Okay, there's this energy here with this Chariot, staying in control. Maybe you're feeling like there's a lack of control. That's where the Chariot is reminding us, with these stars that are, and the banner above the charioteer's head there, the crown, is knowing that you are divinely guided. Spirit, the universe, the higher power is in the details. All right. Creator, source is everywhere and in everything, especially during what may appear to be the darkest of times. I feel like there's just a lot of stress that could be coming up, or that has been coming up, and so there's movement that's taking place. Maybe you're feeling a little bit indecisive. Maybe you're feeling like there's a little bit of a struggle in making certain decisions. It can be as simple as that. About just saying, okay, I thought that things were going to be moving one way. You still have time to decide, is what I'm getting. Do your best again to acknowledge any sort of frustrations, any sort of negative self-talk, finding all the reasons why not to do something. Be aware of that so it doesn't deter you from continuing to take progressive, positive, constructive steps and taking the right actions toward resolution, towards just getting through this chaos. I feel like what these cards are representing, it's almost like gridlock energetically, okay? But remember what I said, source, the universe, your higher power is within everything and is everywhere. And so we can surrender to that energetic, all right, and understand we don't need to plow through any of this. Allow for Spirit and the universe to clear the way. In the meantime, stay balanced, because with the Charioteer, what do you notice about this Chariot and the Charioteer? He's standing still, right? And this energy of the Chariot is an indication of what? Of movement, even travel. Maybe you're wanting to run away. Maybe you have a move or a trip, some form of travel that's coming up for you, that's at a future date or a future point, and you're thinking about it. It's just like, maybe even agonizing over it because you just want to get out of where you are. Or it's just like, oh gosh, all of those details, like what do I need to put together? What do I need to do, to get there? And oh my gosh, you have more than enough time is what I'm hearing. Okay, do your best again to recognize any energies of lack, any energies of again, negative self dialogue, that core dialogue, whatever it is that's going on internally, and just do your best to again take the reins, hang on to the reins, take control, recognize how you may be just getting into your own head. Sometimes when I see the Five of Swords, I am reminded of that again. It's when you give up, or you just kind of deny yourself the opportunity to even try something. Like you go, oh no, that's never gonna happen. Oh gosh, that's just a horrible idea, and you don't even give it a try. It's like you stop yourself before you've even begun, before you even started, and that's where it's saying try your best not to do that. Okay, just pace yourself, shift gears. Okay, there may be some form, I'm just getting this in the download, there may be some form of saving grace on the horizon, on the other side of it all, that you're just not aware of yet, because, we don't know. The universe, again, source, creator, it is in everything and is everywhere at all times, every moment, right, that we live and breathe. So lean into that if you're having any moments of frustration or self-doubt, confusion, or just bewilderment, in general. All right, so I didn't say this as I tried to, but there will be a part 2 to this reading at kapualani.com/extensions. You can find the link in the comments below or in the description box below. Before I let you go, though, just as a reminder, I am going to pull from our animal spirit deck here. I'm going to just get some downloads, whatever I receive in the shuffle here in this particular video. In part 2, we are going to look at the animal spirit guidebook. We're also going to be holding space for some angel answers. So if you have a yes/no question, I will be shuffling the angel answers as always in our part 2 for you to check that out and see if that resonates, how that resonates. And just as a note for those who are new, the extensions, it is on a sliding scale. Okay, I think it starts at like $1.11 or something like that. So no big deal. But the romance angels, I feel like this has been a fun one to check out. And as I like to mention, it does not have to be romance related. Okay, so but if you are interested in seeing what the romance angels have for you, again, I will be pulling from the romance angels in part 2. All right, so let's give this a shuffle. The animal spirit guides, spirit, what do we need to know here? Who is our animal spirit messenger and guide today, this week? I love this. Hawk. Okay, so Hawk energy, Hawk medicine. I don't know that we've seen Hawk showing up, maybe. I love Hawk. Hawk is one of my own, not to kind of get personal, but one of my own personal animal medicines. Hawk teaches us to soar high, and of course there is this energy of not just connection to spirit and messengers of spirit and from intuition, but it's about the details as well. The Hawkeye vision. So just soar above the chaos is part of what I'm getting with this energy. Take your time to really analyze the data without over analyzing as well is another piece that I'm picking up on right now. I feel like any other message from Hawk, for those who relate, because I'm being very drawn to may not be Hawk but Falcon with the goddess Isis, Aset, the Egyptian goddess, and there's a connection there. So if you have a connection with Isis, Aset, or even just ancient Egyptian mythology at all, that there may be a message there for your connection, a synchronicity of some form. But not to oversimplify, but I'm getting rise above, fly high. Keep an eye out for certain details. Mind the details, again, without getting too engrossed by them. Take your time before swooping in, before just kind of speaking up or saying something or being reactive. Take your time and rise above. And when you got your target, when you've figured out certain details, then make a move. But otherwise, there's no need to rush, okay, is one of the bigger messages that I'm getting with Hawk here. So Thank you so much for being here again. Don't forget to check out part 2 of the extensions, kapualani.com/extensions. And if you would like to dive into a personal reading of your own, I do offer personal readings, whether it's a live reading or a pre recorded. I am here for you at kapualani.com. So thanks so much. I will see you in part 2.